gratitude to organizers for giving me an opportunity to return to my alma mater that I've always enjoyed in all these years. But today it was a special privilege to share the dais with Professor Romila Thapar, someone who 30 years ago more was as much an icon as she is, as a communicator, as a historian, as a wonderful person. I have the privilege of working with her in another context, especially the area where she lives. I live somewhere in the vicinity. We are responding to the kind of situation that we are confronting in our day-to-day social, political and cultural life. Having said that, I think it was a wonderful presentation by Professor Thapar that she made us realize that we were still, deciding about which course to opt, which semester, etc., etc. The kind of tutorial system that existed in CHS, it also, reminded us of the kind of struggle that we all had with grades and meeting the deadline of tutorial. And Professor Romila Thapar may not remember that an old student of hers, who was my contemporary, who submitted tutorial late, and she, a polite but still very strong teacher, said that no, he will have to experience grade cut. And he, in his own manner, he said, "Ma'am, cut my neck, but don't cut my grade." Cut my neck, but don't cut my grade. I did not know. Ma'am, you may not remember when we joined CHS long years ago, long campus club building, we had organized freshers welcome. Salil and I were contemporary, and you came, interacted with us, and I think it's a treasured memory. One sentence that you said, "Is it JNU or jail and you?" And that is stuck. I think it's a great occasion for me to return to JNU to share my rambling thoughts. I have been a political activist in this campus for a very long time, and always said that I enjoy visiting two places on this road. One is my birthplace, which is Munger in Bihar, another is JNU. By that logic, I have always described myself as twice born. Once born in real physical sense, born of a mother. I have a second birth, and that is when I joined JNU. It was my occasion of an academic birth. And that is why I've always said that whatever that I am, I really owe it to JNU for being an academic, trying to understand what the world is like, etc., etc. But what pains me today, and that is what is a little bit of political context of the discussion and the kind of experiences that JNU has gone through in a year and a half, is that there is an attack on JNU for being anti-national or supporting, subtly or directly, whichever way you want to put it. I have a very different and contrary lesson. When I came to JNU, as I said, at the cost of repeating, came from a very small place in Bihar. It wasn't even Patna. 10 times smaller than Patna, Munger. When I came to JNU, then I realized that I just not come to a university. I came to a place where whole of India has traveled to be part of it. So therefore, for me, it was like discovering the rest of India in Jawaharlal Nehru University. And therefore, and if at all I have any understanding of what India is like, it is precisely because of JNU, where we had friends from, one of my best friend is from Andhra Pradesh, another best friend is someone from Darjeeling. India had not seen, not, experienced, and then you realize that people from Kerala, Nagaland, Manipur, whatever that you have, and then you realize you discover a mini India in JNU. And it is this which also gave me some imagination to respond to and react to many of the political developments and other things which will be taking place in other parts of India, because then JNU taught us to develop pan-Indian view of things. So that's number one. For me, as an academic, as an activist, I discovered India in JNU. I did not discover India by traveling to different parts of India, as as different parts of India traveled to JNU. And now I find it ironical that the JNU should be under attack for anything even slightly different from what is being suggested by the people in power or the cohorts. That's number one. What JNU taught me as a student and as an activist is that it also taught me to understand and share the pain of millions and millions of people who are on the margins of Indian social order. As an activist, I was part of a socialist tradition called Students for Democratic Socialism, later on rechristened into something else, and that kept my commitment on to react to whatever that would happen in any part of India, to react to if that happened in JNU or elsewhere in Delhi. And therefore, I just cannot tell you the number of protest marches, number of protest meetings, number of other such things that happened during my stay in JNU. And later on, I left JNU long years ago. I still participate in these things precisely because of the kind of lesson that JNU taught. It was for this reason that in one of the meetings, academic, quasi-academic and quasi-political kind of meeting held in India International Center, and the meeting was chaired by Professor Rizwan Quaisar. I said, ma'am, please forgive me for saying whatever that I'm saying, that much of whatever that we learned in the classroom, we learned outside the classroom too. Because JNU's structure was such, you know, the late night meetings, you call number of speakers of diverse shades of opinions, people with whom you agree or you won't agree, and still you realize that intense debates that will take place in JNU. I cannot forget late night meetings where lectures were delivered by Professor Randeep Singh. One lecture would run into 2.5 hours and pin drop silence, people without leaving the hall. I think one cannot really expect this to happen anywhere else. And that is where I said that we did not learn things only in the classroom, we learned outside the classroom because JNU provided that kind of a thing. What else did we learn in JNU? Why should this be under attack? For all very unfortunate reasons. Number one, we learn to be democratic and patient. You know, to my horror, two rivals delivered diametrically opposite speeches in the contest of elections. And after the meeting was over, or meetings were over, I saw them having tea at the Thapar. I said, they both must be fraud. He said, that just spoke different things in two different meetings that I heard. And then suddenly, yahi JNU hai. Whatever that you say from the platform, but at personal level, they've been good friends, they exchanged, they had tea, they shared a cigarette, and those days, JNU cigarette was quite a common thing. And it was a discovery. Later on, my interview was published in a journal which was shut down, restarted now called Karma. I said it was to my shock and horror that two rivals were having in other universities, they would be breaking each other's head rather than sharing a cup of tea. That was the kind of lesson that we learned in JNU. Is that how to be democratic? How to be patient with rival opinion? And mind you, this was not only in the classroom that dissenting voices that Professor Thapar talked about, it was also in public meetings, during election times. I mean, whichever way you look at it, then you realize that diversity of opinion, rival opinions, dissenting opinions, they all flourish at the same time, without causing any difficulty to any such rival person. It is this lesson that we carried in life, and today we realize that if it is celebration of diversity which keeps India united, which can keep a university going, the day you shut this door on diversity, that's the beginning of the death of an institution. You shut the door of cultural, linguistic, religious, whatever that diversity, that's certainly the surest possible recipe of destroying what India has been historically known for. But how was it for a person like me to travel to a JNU when it was also described as white elephant in some of the magazines? But mind you, this white elephant had place for a person like me. Many of you perhaps may not even know, I'm a direct beneficiary of a system what was then called, Salil and I will share it, called full admission policy. Mind you, what Professor Thapar slightly mentioned, but did not go into detail, 3 distinct deprivation points that existed: your economic background, your academic regional background, and if you happen to be the first generation learner. I said one of my best friends is from Andhra Pradesh, son of a peasant, and he had that 2 deprivation points, coming from backward region and also being the first graduate in his family. I had this deprivation point of coming from educationally backward area, and then you realize that had those two points not been there, I wouldn't have been JNU, and therefore I wouldn't have been wherever I am. And that is why I'm always paraphrased. And mind you, just for a recall, it is on record. When Alumni Association of JNU was established, Professor Anand Kumar was looking after this institution, and he published a souvenir journal. He asked me, Rizwan, it's incomplete without your essay, I wrote. And I said that I would like to recall and paraphrase one saying of Abraham Lincoln: whatever that I am, whatever that I hope to be, I owe it to my angel mother. I said that I would say it in the context of JNU, that whatever I am, whatever I hope to be, I owe it to JNU. It is but for this deprivation point, I wouldn't have been here. Today, I am told that, you know, those points which are meant to empower, and mind you, this is empowerment in a very, very non-divisive manner. It didn't really talk about a caste A or community A or anything A. These were the standards which were universally applicable to candidates coming from anywhere, because things been decided. Professor Moni Sarada was also part of the entire, the JNU building, the early stalwarts who contributed to the making of our JNU is today, like Professor Thapar, Bipan Chandra, Moni Sarada, and many others. And then you realize that it is this that I discovered in JNU, is that it had this image of an elite institution, but that elite institution had made provisions for people coming from non-elite background. Therefore, you will not be surprised that many students of my generation came from backward areas like Odisha. They came from Bihar. They came from still some backward places, maybe some tribal places and all that. This is what JNU has been like. Now when JNU is in attack, JNU is under attack, then you realize that agenda is something different. Agenda is to kill a university. Agenda is to kill a place which nurtures dissenting voices. Agenda is not that they don't like the university. They would like to have a university with 101% conformity to what is being handed out. JNU is one place which never accepted this kind of an agenda. And mind you, it is not happening today. I very clearly remember Mrs. Indira Gandhi wanted to enter the campus in 1981, and entire JNU was then called down campus. Perhaps you may be aware of it or not. There was a thing called down campus when you go to the campus right in front of the base ramp. It was known by both names, old campus and down campus. Huge pandal, everything was arranged, but then JNU students, they ensured that she did not have a free hand. That was the kind of thing. Let me tell you, there was no crackdown on JNU. She didn't really stop harassed students, etc., from not allowing them to speak. It's been in the DNA of JNU. It's been in the DNA of JNU. There were students who disagreed with their teachers in the classroom. There were students who disagreed with professors, with speakers from outside. Whichever way you look at it, what it all went into the making of it. Then you realize that anybody could contest election in this university, provided one had the capacity to convince politically, ideologically, and in whatever manner. And I can tell you there were a number of union presidents who came from very, very deprived background, that they had the guts, courage, and articulation to convince students of JNU to take a particular position, and that is what it happened. But I think, was it an old rosy picture? There were certain things that university could have done then. It didn't have perhaps either the wherewithal or the opportunity and things like that. Say for instance, there was an element of corruption in making of buildings. And that is how many of my contemporaries said that hostels in Dakshinapuram were any day better than hostels in Uttarakhand. Some of the academic buildings that were built in JNU, they also had the period identification. These were the buildings built then. There was less corruption. The library which you have, David Thomas once described the monument of corruption. Let me tell you, he described it as he was a union president one time. He described it was a monument of corruption. Why? There was some kind of thapla that had taken place in its construction. Not 100% rosy picture. But I think what's been there and what must remain there in any university is an absolute climate of intellectual academic interaction of any kind. Satnarayan is sitting here. He belonged to my rival organization. The year he was contesting election, his immediate rival was from NSY. We wanted to prevent NSY from entering the union, and I campaigned for Satnarayan. I said, no, JNU ko bachana hai. That is the kind of feeling that we all have. Today when we are debating, if somebody else can teach lessons in nationalism to JNU, it feels very sad. Mind you, it's just not the government, it's perhaps everybody else. There are TV channels. On one channel that I was, the Professor Thapar and Irfan Habib had nothing to do with an issue. The anchor started shrieking and shouting, "There are Professor Romila Thapar and Irfan Habib." I said, look gentlemen, they are not like editors like you. You put on one switch and you are everywhere. They are serious historians, have dedicated decades of their life to serious study of social and historical issues. They will react to this situation as and when that is possible. To some channels I said that, have you taken some Sopory to destroy this university? One of the most beautiful places on this earth. Many people who went to study in Cambridge, when they come back, they say, man, you don't have a campus like JNU even in Cambridge. Because these are small places, there are colleges in one campus. The moment you enter campus, suddenly you realize that the windows in your mind, suddenly they start opening. And this is, I'm not saying that if they don't open in Jamia, but certainly opens more in JNU. This is, so, like, when you recall what really made you like, and let me tell you, at the cost of repeating some of the points in the last 2 minutes, JNU taught us many things. It gave us an opportunity to be whatever that you had. Say for instance, observation of a friend, JNU had this cultural space for you to play jazz or you to play randhun, and nobody stopped you. Dwarka's bansuri we have not forgotten. Somebody else tabla we haven't, and Dwarka would play bansuri at 11 o'clock in the night on the rooftop of a hostel. We all will listen to Mr. Rizwan. JNU gave you autonomy of that space. It is this autonomy of a space that helps each one of us to discover who we are. Say for instance, as I said, I came from educationally and otherwise a backward region, but it is in this campus that I miss being the union president by few votes. And that is where I jokingly say, had I won, I would have been in the Hall of Fame. No, I'm in the Hall of Shame. But then it is JNU which made it possible for a person like me to contest. I came from 101% Hindi background. It is JNU which taught me to speak English. It is JNU which taught me to, understand history. Now I can claim that I teach history. I don't know what I teach, but certainly I learned all this. Here is this beautiful institution which allows you to be what you are. It also allowed me to understand a relationship of gender equality. A number of friends, boys, girls, walk to Priya, and mind you, those are the roads were not as beautiful as them. We had to cross over the, the water pipe, and sometimes in the dead of the night would also fall in the ditch and dirty your clothes. But that was the risk worth taking. And then you discover a new relationship. The kind of freedom girls enjoyed. A friend of mine who went to the warden of Jhelum West, which was girls' hostel, with an application, ma'am, I'm planning to see night show of a film in Priya. And what the warden told her, and it is stayed on mine. It was her experience which is etched on my mind. She said that next time you come with an application like this, I will fine you. You're free. Girls, especially science ones, they could travel to their lab at 2 o'clock, return to their hostel at 2 o'clock. Absolutely one of the finest places in terms of gender equality, not only equality but also respectability. Where do you get to learn all these lessons? Suddenly you realize that somebody has woken up to this realization that it's a bad place, where people smoke, and all those dirty things that have been said about this university, and on the kind of so-called terror charges, unimaginable. So, let me sum up what it's been like in JNU, what it feels like returning to this institution again and again. I think one of the finest places, one of the finest experiences of life, as it helps you discover who you are. No other university will give you so much of space, so much of freedom, so much of energy, intellectual, academic, cultural, whatever. You know, in mid-80s, Ayodhya mobilization was on. Then some of the friends, let me put it very bluntly, some of the Hindu friends, they decided that they will break the stereotype. They organized one Eid Milan, and all of them, all Hindus, they put on Muslim-like cap. I said that here is sweet meat being distributed. You cannot forget these experiences. As currently you realize that JNU as an institution is under attack. It's been under attack for all kinds of conformists. Except that it's been little more heightened because there are people in power, there are people in important places and their cohorts, and they think that they have the legitimacy because of their power. It is this that JNU should resist. And that's the last part of it. He said that if JNU is gone, let me tell you, no other university in India will survive with any sense of dignity. And therefore, it's vitally important to keep fighting, keep fighting. I have also had the opportunity. Last year, some of the old JNUites of my generation started saying, don't blame me. Yes, I said, man, I invite you to return your degree to JNU. And I said that defending JNU is like defending your mother. Because JNU is in distress. And therefore, it is the responsibility of every alumni of JNU to fight that and whatever. So therefore, I think that beautiful historical experience of generation of students like Salil and I must continue on. Each student of this university must enjoy that freedom of space, of self, autonomy to discover yourself. Be an academic, be a scientist, be a civil servant, be whatever you want to be, but full autonomy and freedom. It is this, the idea of a university. This is what people say, that idea of India, that idea of university. Each year and year after year, on the back page of it, it was Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's quotation, which was part of convocation address to a university, what a university should mean. I have not seen a better definition of a university than what Pandit Nehru gave. So therefore, at the end of it, my personal experience has been that I think we have to keep the fight on for that historical continuity that man talks about, all of us. Live and relive in our mind's imagination that let JNU be whatever it is. Thank you so much.